Oh, got it. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, everybody. Today we're gonna talk here about saying no. It's a hard topic, I think so, but important topic. And I have with me Maria and Jonas to talk. If you want to practice your English, please come with us. Go to our website, tnt.com.br, and know how TNT works. So, Jonas, could you introduce yourself for us, please?
Yes, I'm Jonas Búrigo. I live in Itajaí, Santa Catarina. I am a software engineer. Uh, Before that, I was a civil engineer for a long time. I changed my field of work. I am 40 years old, and I am trying to practice my English to get a job abroad.
Very good, very good. Thank you so much. Maria, your turn.
I'm Maria. I am 31 years old. I'm a lawyer, but I am in transition of career. I'm doing a second college in desenvolvimento de sistemas. I'm from Recife, Pernambuco, but I'm living in Blumenau, Santa Catarina. I'm loving to travel and learning about cultures.
Very good, very good. That's all?
I think yes.
Okay. So, and let me introduce myself for you. My name is Epamino Sa. As I said before, I live in Brasilia, 29 years old. Let me see what more. I love to dance. I love to read, to play video games, to ride a bike, to go to the park. So I love to be close to the nature. Uh, Let me see one more. I've been here in TNT since last year. And yeah, I think that's all. That's all for today. And let's start today. As I said before, we're gonna talk about saying no. I think it's a important topic. And let's start for the number one. Can you easily say no? Maria, saying no is a problem for you. You can easily say no.
It's not a problem for me, say no. And that's why the people call me um, not boring, because boring is entediado, né? And annoying, I don't know. Boss. I think I don't have difficulty for say no. You are muted.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So yeah, so it's important to say no, I think, because sometimes
Sure.
we get problem because it's so hard to say no. It happened with me
Mm-hmm.
in the past more often, but it's a problem for me yet. But Jonas, let me know about you. It's a problem for you or not? It's easy.
I don't think it is. I can have a little bit of problem depending of the person. I normally try to not say no. I try to help or something like that, but I have my policies. If the person, if I try to teach something for anyone, and they keep asking the same thing again and again, it's in the end I just say no, go learn it to yourself. So I have my limits. I try to not say no, but I have my limits. And when I don't want to do something, or I just say no.
Perfect. Perfect. And I have to confess, in the past, and special, it was a big problem for me because I don't know, but I felt horrible when I say no, I can't help you. So it's it's hard for me, especially in the past. But as you said, I think it's important to know our limits because sometimes we get a lot of problems because I'm very busy. For example, I'm very busy and I'm not able to say no for my friend, for example, and I get a problem because my time is limited. So it's hard to say. I learned it through the life, I think, because it's
Yeah,
so
this
important.
this feeling I think don't go away. If I say no to something, I after that I try to think about if it was the right decision. But I did learn to live with that. In you need to say no sometimes. There is no way.
Yeah, I totally agree. And talking about the number two, what do you think? It's easier to say no to people you have more or less contact with. For example, your mother, your I don't know, but the people close to you is easier, or is easier to say no from the people you have less contact, just people that you talk in the job, for example, things like that. What is easier to say no? Close people or people that you have less contact?
For me, for sure, people that I have less contact. Some people in my life, I just don't say no. If my mother needs something, I will help. So there's some people in your life that you just not say no. But with people with less contact is for sure easier. Sometimes you just sprinkle some half truths, a white lie, just to not appear to be a dick. So yes, with people with less contact, for sure, is easier.
Okay, I got it. I got it. I'm thinking about my answer here. And let me know about you, Maria. What is easier
Mm,
for you?
yeah, it's more easier say no to people that I have less contact than another people like my family, um, like my mom and my aunt, because they they to do everything for me, and it's a little hard say no for them.
Yeah, I got it, your point. But I'm thinking here about my life. Sometimes I think it's easier to say no to people that is close to me because I think that this person will understand me, you know? So this person knows
Yes,
that
but
I'm very
you,
busy and okay, it's not, but I don't know about job,
yeah,
for example. Some people in my job maybe you would not understand me and I'm not feel comfortable to say I don't know, but sometimes it's easier to people close to me, sometimes it's easier people that I have less contact. I don't know, it's
no.
very confused, but
I
I
think
feel like that.
you don't have to do this.
Yeah,
If if you have a girlfriend, you the same point say, means say don't say no for a friend, but say no for a girlfriend. Yeah.
big problem.
Uh, yes.
Big problem. And guys, let's talk about the number three. Is being honest and saying no when you don't want to do something a form of self-care? So, for example, if you say no when you don't want to do something, or when you cannot do something, is a form of self-care or not? So, what do you
And
think?
I don't know self-care in the question.
Autocuidado.
Uh,
Saying no when you don't want to do something is a form of autocuidado. So to protect you.
mm,
You got it? You
yes.
understand the questions? Okay.
Yes, I understand, but
What do you think?
let me think. I think yeah, it's being honest. When you don't want to something, it's a form of self-care. But in the most part of time, people don't say the truth for say no. For people don't should. Sorry, can
Yeah, I
you
got it. Don't judge. Yeah,
shoot
I got it, your
the
point.
them? That's my point.
Good point. Good point, by the way. Because sometimes it's easier to lie because
It's more
you don't
easier.
have problem in this time. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not saying no, I do this, and okay, I don't have problem for now, and okay, I'm relaxing after. So
Yeah.
yeah, good point. Good point. And you, Jonas, what do you think? Do you have a girlfriend, or you are married?
I am married.
Okay, so what do you think about it's being honest and saying no, you don't want to do something is a form of self-care or not?
Yes, because sometimes you don't say no and it's on your own detriment. So it can harm you with time or with sometimes is financial help. With my wife, with touching the subject, I have no problem saying no, even if it's so she wants to go to some place and I am just tired. So I just say I am tired. If it's someone that I don't know too well, I sometimes don't say that I am tired, so I am not going to some place. I can make some white lie. Because if you don't know the person, and she don't know you too well, so maybe it's gonna hurt his or her feeling.
Yeah,
So you have to be careful with that. But for
yeah,
sure, saying no will help your your self-care. With your self-care, you just need to be aware that saying no all the time will not help in other places of your life. So you may be just to worry with yourself, and when you need, you don't have help.
yeah, yeah. And you brought a good point about to break feelings, to broke feelings. So it's connected to next question. Is it possible to say no and still be polite, and to say no in a good way and being polite? What do you think, Jonas?
It depends on the occasion. Sometimes Don't matter how you say no. If you don't justify in a way the person will understand, you will be hurting his feeling. So it's difficult to say in a generic way.
Yeah, I saw in the, I think in the internet, I don't remember uh, in this what social media I saw, but about culture, normally here in Brazil, it's very normal, it's very usual to say no and then try to justify the saying no, you know. So it's very common to, okay, I cannot do it, but it's because I, and try to justify this. And in other cultures, it's not to, it's not use it, just, well, do you want, no, and just no. So it's hard for us, I think, because I I I think it's very, it's strange, you know. So I think it's a kind of culture as well. Sometimes we just say no and it's okay, or would be okay. But for us in Brazil, I think it's complicated. Just say no. Oh, do we want to come with me for the shopping mall? No. Why? Oh, it's hard. So it's interesting to think about. Good point. Good point. But let me know about you, Maria. Is it possible to say no and still be polite, respectful? What do you think?
I
You're
think
muted. Okay.
I think yeah, I think I love for example, American guy because this point in no is no because I don't want and we should normalize this. Sometimes I make excuses because people's keeping insisting.
Yeah. And you think that it's possible to say no and to be polite at the same time? Or when we say no, it's strange, it's huge. It's, what do you
Mhm.
think?
And say just no.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm, sound for us, yes. We do, but no, it's. I think no. People don't obrigadas this time. And I think
Yeah. Yeah, I got your point, and I totally agree with you about. I think would be more common. Just say no when you don't want to
yes,
do something. Oh, you want? No, sorry, but no.
yes. For
And
example, mm, American they say uh, good for you. First sounds rude. Bom pra você. When you tell oh, I got the job. Oh, good for you. But for the people, it's a good thing.
but for us, it's totally huge. Oh, good
Yes.
for you.
Yeah.
Straight. Other thing that it's very common about culture that I remember now, this emoji. Uh, let me. I where
They using less emoji just to one. Yes.
when you use this emoji, it's very huge when someone talks something and you just It's
Yeah.
huge.
Don't have
It's interesting.
emotion. Don't have they
Yeah,
don't have emotion. We
yeah.
put
It's
a lot uh, letters for love.
it's a kind of culture, you know. It's strange to think about.
Yeah.
But guys, let's let's think about something. Why do you think so many people be are afraid to say no, or just no, but to refuse something and just don't accept something? What do you think so many people are afraid to say no for other people? What do you think? What do you think, Jonas?
Here to be judged,
Yes.
I think it's the main reason is just to not be judged. Um,
In in what aspect do you think to be judged?
for someone that don't want to help, don't to care for others.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. It makes sense. Makes sense. And you, Maria, what do you think?
I agree with you, Jonas. I just agree.
It's interesting because and why do you think that so many people are afraid to be judged, Jonas? What is the problem? What do you think?
Normally, it's just to don't let other people think about you in a way you don't think about yourself. So you know you are not a bad person, but someone is judge you as a bad person. So it's something I think we as a society do is try to not to be think about uh, in a way that don't reflect yourself.
Yeah, it's interesting because about judgment, I brought this topic in our immersion, and it's interesting because sometimes, and the most of times, we know what is happening with us. For example, I was saying about in the other immersion about English, for example. It's very common. Other people judge us because, oh, you're not have the best accent. You are making uh, uh, you are making mistakes in your English, things like that. It's very common, but at the same time, we know that it's a process. We are learning, and it's totally normal. So, but why we put attention about this kind of comments? Why we you feel bad when we receive this kind of comment. It's interesting to think why we just afraid to make mistake and other people judge us. So it's very hard to think about English. For example, you are afraid to make mistakes or to be judged from other people, Jonas, or not. In English, for example, it's okay for you to talk and to make mistakes.
So this point in particular, I think it's a Brazilian cultural thing.
Mhm.
I see a lot here in Brazil, but I don't see the same culture in other places. They don't judge you a lot about your accent or if you made some mistakes. I did think my English was really bad, and I already have 3 interviews, and I passed in the first step. So it was not bad. It was okay to continue. And I did. This is a good question because I did try Cambly for a while, and it did not help with my English. I am here in TALK for 3 weeks. I did a lot of immersions, so I do basically 2 immersions per day. So it's a lot, but it helped way too much 10 months in Cambly, because I did try at first to speak perfectly in the first try. And this is not the correct way to do. You need to just speak and speak wrong, go with your accent. You'll do better later.
Yeah, I totally agree with you about this because I'm not a teacher. I'm a personal trainee. I'm a nutritionist student. So I'm here as a host, but I'm a student as well. So it's totally normal to make mistakes. It's totally normal to spell some words wrong. And it it's a part of the process. And I totally agree with you about the culture because I have some friends from other countries and these people don't judge my English. And in the other hand, these people uh, uh, want that I talk more and I make more mistakes and just have connection, that we have other perspective about English just to communicate it's important to be understandable and other people understand me. So and have connection. Just that's about it. And talk, it's interesting because we don't correct each other here. We don't pay attention about this. Normally, the people will discover that something is a mistake, and I will correct this after. But it's other point here just to have connection and to have fun. I feel here like I'm here with my friends just talking about some ideas, and okay, I have no problem. It's kind of hang out with my friends. So I totally agree with you about the culture in Brazil. I totally agree. Totally agree. Maria, let me know about you. I asked to Jonas about judgment. What do you think that a lot of people are afraid to be judged here in Brazil, or about not about English only, but about everything? What do you think?
I
Why?
I couldn't agree more with you guys. And I think for people not to think about the boring person, we won't call them anymore. Um, Sometimes it's the person moment and they don't want to explain. Um, I think Brazilian are the people who judge you the most in the around the world. I feel more confident for talking to people of another country than Brazilians. Um, I I know about that. I had experience talking with another peoples abroad. That's it.
Yeah, I agree. That's it. It's a kind of culture, but uh, returning to the topic about saying no. For example, Jonas said it's not a problem, and for you, it's not a big problem as well. But I want to know when other people say no for you guys. It's
I
about
don't
the
like it.
number 7. How do you deal with it when people say no to you? What is your reaction? Maria, let me know.
Depends for what I asked. Because I think I ask, for example, for my mom and my boyfriend, I ask always for buy something for me, and I understand, but I insist a little. One day I got it. I, I know. Uh, and no, for another people, for example, I I stay upset like in the interview, you know.
Yeah. Let's let's think about one perspective. And let's imagine that your boyfriend say no for you. For example, you ask him to go out to the bar, for example. You want to to go out, and your boyfriend saying no. What is your reaction? Just no.
Just no.
Yeah.
I don't know. In the end, I got to what I want.
It's hard. It's hard.
Yes, I I don't want thing because go to the bar. Ah, I'm trying bring bring here with me for watch Barbie, but he don't want.
It's hard because in the theory, it's everything is good, but when it come true, it's hard. For example, if you invited someone to go for one place that you want to go, so and receive no, I don't want to go. It's hard. Maybe it sounds huge for us. It's hard. It's
Yes,
hard.
in a south of Brazil, the peoples are more cold, and
Yeah.
it's it's so different for Northeast. And here, people say more just okay or no, or just a simple word for my question. I don't like, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. And you, Jonas, how do you deal with when someone saying no for you? When you really want to do something, but you receive a no.
I think at first I will be hurt a little bit, but I try to think about the situation before I take this with me. Uh, I do prefer way more that the person says no than don't say no and yet don't do what you ask for. So uh, I don't know how to say enrolar in English. Uh, but I may be a little bit hurt in the start, but I will understand short after. And I do prefer way more that the person just say no than don't do what was asked.
I totally agree with you. I think it's the best way. It's okay. No, I don't want to do it today. So no, it's the best thing because okay, I will be a little sad, but okay, I understand. But when the people, oh, okay, maybe in the after, I've seen my calendar in my agenda, and I talk to you again. It's hard. And the most common phrase in Brazil is "vou ver e te aviso." It's the
E nunca mais.
yeah, and ghost. So it's horrible. Guys, about the number 8, what advice would you give to people who are learning to say no easily? If you need to give some advice for this person, what advice would you give to people who are learning to say no more easy? Jonas.
I think the advice I would say is say no is not really easy. You learn to live with the feeling of saying no. If you are a person that wants to help others, you have that feeling that you are doing something wrong. Just think that maybe you need to. It's better to say no, not even just for yourself, but for others too. Sometimes they need to have a little push to do it themselves. So I think that's my advice.
Good, very good advice, very good. And you, Maria, an advice for people that are learning how to say no easily.
I don't know. It's little difficult for some people. I know. Um, I think just say learn to say no because some people take advantage of you when you can't say no.
Very common situation, very common. A lot of people are in
Mhm.
this position. When you just say yes, the people ask you every single day, all the time, because they know that you will say yes, and these people will use you because it's okay for them, and you are living a bad way, I'd say. So it's very common, very, very common. You brought a very good point.
Um, it's like that in my family. My aunt still wonders why the people's always ask it to my uncle. No, she no for she just my uncle first ask something because my uncle is is can't say no.
Yeah, it's very common, and it's very
For
hard to.
familia is more easy. He say no, but the um, newborn I forgot the vizinhos.
Yeah, neighbor.
Newborn yes, thank you. It's more he always say yes. Oh my god.
It's hard. It's hard. Uh, but good advice and good point you brought. Uh, Guys, do you think that saying no and self-confidence are connected? For example, if I don't have the biggest self-confidence, do you think that it will be harder to me say no for other people? Or another vision, I have a big self-confidence. I know that I who I am, it's easier to say no? What do you think? Do you think that self-confidence and saying no are connected or not? Jonas, what do you think?
I don't know about self-confidence. I would say it was more like self-awareness. You know yourself, so you know when to say no and if you should say no. I think self-confidence helps to say no more in a more incisive way. So if you don't have self-confidence, you may say no a little bit with margin to the other person to change your mind. So I think self-confidence helps more in this way. You say no, and it is the definitive decision.
Yeah, yeah, good. I agree. I agree with you. And you, Maria, what do you think about this question?
I think sometimes yes. I don't know. Mm,
And why? Let me know your point.
I believe uh, there is a phrase in I always listen em português. É, se o bem que tu faz não te faz bem, deixa o bem. So, say everything is, if you to do something for, I don't know, posting in media social or for say I help, but it's not for your heart. Yes. So
Got it.
that's my point. Let it.
Very good. Very good. I got your point. I got your point. And I have to bring the people, but let's talk about the number 10. Let me know about you. Are you the type of person who always try to satisfy everyone?
Mm,
And Maria, what kind of person is you? You are trying to satisfy the people around you, just say yes and satisfy these people, or you are not this kind of person?
sometimes yes. Everybody has your moments, so I like help. I like feel helpful, and sometimes you need the care. You need the stay in your canto e stay alone in watching and have your moments by yourself. So I like it. I think I'm a good person for this point, and I like help people around me.
So the most part of your life, you try to satisfy the people, right?
No, no, no was part of my life.
In specific parts. Okay,
Yes,
okay, okay.
because that fight is it's a word different for help and be careful and you know.
Okay, I got it.
It's a little complicated.
I got it. I got it. Thank you. And you, Jonas, you said that you really like to help people, but let me know about you.
I try to satisfy everyone, but I know my limits. So this helps a lot. I always try to help, but if I cannot or should not, I don't. So, yes, this is my answer.
Have you ever got problems because of this?
Mm. Yes, but I don't think like that. It's my decision. So if I did have some problem that I don't see before, it was my fault. Um, if normally I think about what could help and what could happen, and I am prepared to I I balance that well. Just just if I help this way, it could be wrong, bad for me because of something, and I just think if it's worth or not to help.
Very good. Very good. Hello again, people.
Hello.
Hello.
So we are talking here about the number 10. And Wanda, let me know about you. Are you the type of person who always try to satisfy everyone or not?
Yeah, it's it's like me. Yeah. Every time, mostly for my family, I want to try happiness for my family all the time. Never say no.
It's hard for the family. It's most hard. And you, Edna, what kind of person are you?
Yes, in general, in nowadays, is easier to say no and different many people's, but when my family is very difficult. It's very difficult. Sometimes is necessary. But when I said in group, in my case, and when I understand the situation, the said no. Sometimes no have I don't have sufferance in this case, because then I understand the limit of the other person.
Yeah, totally. Jonas said exactly about this. It's important to know
Broken.
He's frozen. Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, terrible situation. I think Ana Paula answered this question number 10. Go ahead, Ana Paula.
As I said, I have been learning about that. For me, it's very important to say no sometimes in some situations, but it's very difficult to me to say no. But I am learning about that. Yeah. How about you, Nayara?
I don't have problem say no. Actually, I think I say no more than yes, But I can say that I say yes to myself a lot, but to the others I say no. It's that for me. And yeah, that's it. Go ahead, Epaminondas.
Thank you so much. I don't know what has happened, but I
Everyone answered this question.
very
You
very
freezing.
good. Yeah, very good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So people, let me put here the forms. Everybody answered the question from the second round? Okay. So let me put here the survey, please. Let me know what you think about this immersion, this topic. And the most important thing, if you have some suggestion for our immersions, please feel free to recommend me something and to recommend some topic. Feel free for this. It's totally anonymous. I don't know who are typing, so it's important to know what are inside your head and to understand more and to make this immersion more pleasant for everybody. So I want to thank you for everybody. Thank you, Jonas, Wanda, Edna, Ana, Maria, Inayara. Thank you so much. As always, it's a pleasure to be here with you all. Have a great week. Have a great day. And see you in the same time next week. See
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you. Yeah.
Epaminondas.
Bye.
Have a
Thank
nice